Welcome back to Liam Doesn't Know Ball. My name is Liam. I'm an American who objectively doesn't know ball, but that does not stop me from having opinions. I am here to predict game week 25 in the Premier League, and let's get into it. Oh, wait, there's something from last week you probably want to see first. I was rooting for you, Liverpool, and I'm sorry for doubting you, Burnley. I mean, the appeal's not the greatest, but I mean, we're not even to the sour part yet. Why do I do this to myself? Like, a clean sheet was what most people were expecting. I had nothing to gain from saying this. See, oh, if I had any micro cuts on my face, I am very aware of them right now. Oof. I keep expecting it to get sweeter and it doesn't happen. Mm. Okay. If that isn't good enough for you, I don't know what to tell you. I ate a lemon. Fuck you. Brentford 1, Liverpool 2. If Burnley can score against Liverpool at Anfield, then I back Brentford to score at home against Liverpool. Honestly, I feel like I should be tipping the Reds to score more goals, but Connor Bradley is still out mourning the passing of his father. Really, truly sad, and my thoughts and condolences go out to him and his family at this really tragic time. Um, Trent picked up an injury, or he aggravated an injury he was coming back from in the game against Burnley. So Mo Salah will be back, which is an incredible boost for the attack. But he's 31 years old. He might take a couple of games, or even just one game, to get back up to speed. I think Liverpool obviously have plenty of quality to take care of Brentford, so I think it'll be a relatively controlled performance, and the scoreline won't do justice to Liverpool's performance. Burnley 0, Arsenal 4. I'm sorry, but did you see what Arsenal did to West Ham on the road? They are back to their best and taking on a team that did well at Anfield, yes, but they have as many wins as that chick from Spaceballs had breasts. They've barely moved from 19th. Yes, they'll be at home. I'm sure that the Clares will be behind them. No, nay, never, and all of that, but they just won't be a match for Arsenal. They are back in the title race. They are looking to avenge their bottle job of the league last year. I don't care what anyone says. It was a bottle job. Um, and I'm going with goals for Saka, Odegaard, Trossard, and whoever's playing at striker that day. I guess. Why not? Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus. I don't know. Arsenal's injury list is a constantly rotating merry-go-round that I have no interest in keeping up with. Also, Martinelli for abrasive assists. No one from Burnley's barely going to touch the ball. I'm so sorry, Burnley. I'm so sorry, JJ Watt. But the Gunners have this. Fulham 1, Aston Villa 2. I so want to back Aston Villa to reverse the score from the last time these two teams met at Craven Cottage. For anyone who may not know, that was the disaster that got Steven Gerrard the sack eventually, finally, I guess should be said. And if Aston Villa were at full health, firing how they were in December, I would be backing them for an easy 3-0 win. But Kantz is out, Diego Carlos is out, Boubacar Kamara is now out for the season. Pau Torres has been back on the bench, but there's still a lot of doubt about whether he's going to be starting. He may come on as a sub late just to calm the game down a little bit, but it sounds like he's not starting. It sounds like it's going to be, or if he does, then it sounds like it's going to be either him and Callum Chambers or Longley and Chambers. That is how deep the Villa defensive issues are. Callum Chambers may get a full 90. Villa fans are going to be hoping that he plays like he did against Southampton and Leeds in 2022 and not like how he played against Man City in 2023. Just have to wait and see. I have Watkins and Diaby to score for Villa, and Martinez will come up with some big saves to keep it a close game. I think it'll be far from a controlled performance from Aston Villa, but I think they'll have the quality to get it over the line. Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 2. I really wish I had more of a rationale for predicting the scoreline, but I just don't. Newcastle, I should be backing a Newcastle win. They're home. They've been in pretty darn good form lately. Kieran Trippier's back to his best. This should be an easy Magpies win. The Bournemouth have cooled off, but something just says to me it's a Desmond. And come Saturday afternoon, Saturday late morning, I'm probably going to look pretty silly, but this is the only one that had a gut feeling and, go with your gut and all of that. So, 2-all draw at St. James's Park. Forest 1, West Ham 1. Forest 1, West Ham 1. Both of these teams had some pretty demoralizing losses. Nottingham Forest losing a pretty close contest with Newcastle United at home, and West Ham were reduced to Arsenal spunk rag for the afternoon. So they both need just something for their self-esteem. I'm predicting a relatively unhelpful but good for the morale 1-all draw. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine for both of these teams. Tottenham 3, Wolves 1. I like Wolves this season. I really do. I had them going down in 18th place, but they've been really fun to watch this season. They've been a great kind of team to root for, aside from Luton. But I'm sorry, Tottenham are going to be at home. They are back to playing their best. Their injury crisis is over. I don't see how this isn't a Tottenham win with a buttload of possession. I'm going at least 70%. Wolves will probably get lucky on the counterattack once, but beyond that, I just don't think they'll have the possession to create anything meaningful. Even when they do have possession, Tottenham are going to be right on them trying to win the ball back, and they're pretty good at it. Sorry. Manchester City 3, Chelsea 1. Man City are in hyper-focus mode and hunting down another potential trouble, hunting down their fifth Premier League in 6 years, and a historical fourth in a row. Chelsea are a bunch of inconsistent, whatever the step below wonder kids are, going to the Etihad. Yes, they got an entertaining 4-all draw. That was an incredible match to watch. I'm so glad I watched that. Entertainment from kickoff till literally the final kick of the game. But they are going to the Etihad. This is a different ball of yarn. And when Man City is in Man City mode, where they just go on some crazy run when everyone thinks they're down and out, and then they go and win the league. I just don't think Chelsea will be able to deal with that. They'll create something probably off of a set piece, because even if you're not doing anything from open play, you can rely on a set piece. Maybe a header off of a corner, something like that. But Man City are just going to walk this game. Sheffield United 0, Brighton 3. The Blades are terrible at home. They've already been smacked by Newcastle 8-0 at this ground, and 5-0 by Aston Villa just 2 weeks ago. It's weird. Normally, recently promoted clubs rely on some famous home wins, or at least getting a result like a draw against a Liverpool or a Man City, to keep them up, but they're just not performing well at home. In the league, or even more importantly for this fixture, Brighton just came here last month in the FA Cup and smacked them 5-2. I just think that Brighton will completely hog the ball like they like to do. And they'll just have far too much quality and be able to create enough chances that basically, statistically, they should get to 3 goals. I don't care how bad their finishing is, they will create the chances to get to 3 goals. And it's going to be probably a lot more booing from the Sheffield United fans. And again, can you blame them? What they've been through, especially at home this season, I can't. But I don't even see a consolation goal here. Luton Town 3, Manchester United 3. I know this is a crazy call. Manchester United have been on their most consistent run of form since the season started, and they're going to take on relegation-threatened Luton. And I'm not backing a Manchester United win. No, I'm not. I'm actually kind of viewing it as a litmus test. I think that if Manchester United win, they will be able to keep the momentum going. Yes, will they have setbacks, of course, but this will continue that good feeling at the club. And I think that they'll get Europe if they win this game. They'll be able to launch that trajectory into enough positive performances to get the points for Europe. If they fail to win, God forbid if they lose. If they lose, they are going to spiral and not recover for the rest of the season. They won't have enough time to kind of reset, get back, and onto a winning enough formula, and they'll miss Europe. I really think that will stem from this game, and we know that Luton are capable of scoring multiple goals against better teams. Liverpool, Arsenal, they had that crazy 3-4 draw with Arsenal, with Declan Rice saving Arsenal at the last second. I think this Luton Town team is more than capable of upsetting some of these really big teams, especially at home. And it kills me to say it, because I said that the Kenilworth Road factor would be overrated, but fair play, Luton Town fans. You have proven me wrong, and I think you're going to get a big result against Manchester United. Everton 1, Crystal Palace 0. I originally had this as a 1-all draw because I think these teams are relatively evenly matched, but I just don't back Palace to get anything right now. I just can't. The performances they've been doing aren't good enough. I think that the atmosphere of Goodison Park, they know the drill at this point. They know that late January, mid-February, they can see the final stretch is coming up, and they don't want to be anywhere near that relegation scrap again. They don't want another great escape on the last day. Well, it wasn't a great escape. They were already in 17th, but they don't want to be relying on the results of the day on whether or not they'll be in the championship. I think they'll get an early goal and then just dig in and defend for their lives. And Palace, with everything going on off the pitch as well with Roy Hodgson, just that whole situation makes me really sad. And I can't imagine what it's like for the people actually involved at the club. And I want to back you to get something, but I just don't. I'm so sorry. I hope that you're able to get a new manager in and that Roy Hodgson recovers and he's able to go off into retirement and just enjoy being retired and maybe enjoy football as a spectator after everything he's done. I think he deserves it. Anyways, those are my predictions. Let me know yours and have a great weekend.